Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to My Deep Guide. Well, it's time for another Q&A video, so let's cue the questions. Question number 1 regarding the Books Tab Ultra. How is the typing experience with the device in your laps? Or maybe even one lap? Thanks for the review and for busting out the calipers, of course. So let's see, how does Tab Ultra fare in the lap? Actually, this is far better than I thought. Really good question. Thanks, by the way. Yeah, this works. This works really good. Let's move the camera a bit. So yeah, I don't know how much you can see from typing here, but yeah, this most definitely works in a good way. I guess Alt-Tab was to switch, and there's another shortcut that I forgot. What's the shortcut for home? But I can normally use my pen. It's very stable. This is where the actual weight comes into play, that it makes it feel really good, and it's kind of super easy to interact with it. And it just works with a touch or anything else. Can I maybe mark something up on a note, even in this position? Would that work? Oh, this is landscape. Can I write like this? Yeah. It's not the best to write, but if I needed to just kind of scribble something up and maybe, circle and underline and things like that. So for example, marking up a document, yeah, I can definitely see myself working on this one in my lap. Here's another question that actually gets asked in one form or another several ways, and even though I answered it here in a written form, I'll just read it out through in this video because it might be interesting for someone else as well who wonders about this thing. So the question is, curious to know, do you get paid for any of these reviews? What kind of arrangements do you have with the companies? Thanks a lot. My answer is that was literally the first thing that I explained in this video, so no. I actually pay for the import taxes of the review device, loan device that I receive, and I pay for the shipping of the device to the next reviewer. So if a video isn't successful on YouTube, I end up losing money, but I look at it as the price for independence, which basically is true. That's the way I look at these things. The agreement is a standard one, so if any damage or if I cause any damage or I lose the unit, I pay the damages that are previously agreed upon in the agreement or contract, and I have to complete the work within the agreed time frame and send the device onwards by the agreed date. So there's like a cutoff date that's pretty hard. You have to actually request an extension if there's something like that happens and things like that. So usually it's predefined in a very, very kind of rigid way. So anything else that you'd like to know? So that's basically how this stuff works. Kit. Hello, Kit. Great review. Thank you. Shame we can't have our cake and eat it too. I agree. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world where you can just have a cake and eat it and not get fat? I think that would be also good, and not get diabetes and not screw up your teeth. Are cakes evil? Thank you so much for the comprehensive, well-crafted review. Thank you very much. Just a quick question. Have you ever tested voice over IP apps on the Tab Ultra? On previous Books devices, calls could be placed, received, but no amount of setting tweaks could make the otherwise functional microphone usable for phone calls. Tested on the Note 2, Note 5, Max Lumi, and Nova C. I'm hoping that with this device being fully Google Play certified for the first time ever, that voice over IP apps, Google Voice, Discord, etc. will function fully. You bring up a really valid point, because I honestly have never considered these devices to be used that way, but actually makes a perfect sense perfect sense. For the Tab Ultra, and I tested out Google Talk and Discord, and I faced the exact same issue that you just described. I can hear the person, I can see the person could actually even see me with the Tab Ultra or the back camera, so that one was transmitted normally. But same as you've just described, no amount of tweaking could actually expose that. I think that the problem is that I don't know if the apps understand that Tab Ultra has a microphone, because I checked the app permissions and there was camera storage and contacts permissions, but no microphone permission. That is a separate permission on the Android system, but it was not listed there at all. And the only reason that can actually happen is that if Android is not aware of the device's microphone, that it's there, which is kind of weird. So I'll test also some third-party voice recorder apps and things to see if any third-party app can actually detect the microphone on a Book's device or not, because this is a very important and a very, very interesting point that you have raised. So thank you very much. But the short answer is no. Unfortunately, on the Tab Ultra, voice over IP does not work. How does Tab Ultra compare with the Book's Mira in terms of speed, ghosting? Thanks. I don't have the Ghost Mirror here to compare them directly, so I can't give you any numbers, but I can give you my personal impression from watching videos and things like that. And I find it as fast, if not maybe even faster, but let's say as fast as the Mira display that I tested previously. But what I do like more is that the ghosting is far, far better on the Tab Ultra. And the flickering is still there, but it's far, far less than what we've seen on Mira. And the main issue that I had when I was actually using a Mira as an external screen, and I would cast the screencast it or screen share it or whatever, whenever I would have a mouse cursor on it, you can probably remember there was like a flickering around the corners of the mouse. And on Tab Ultra, we don't have that. So there's no ghosting of that sort. There's no weird flickering. There is some flickering when you're playing a video, but there's no flickering when you're actually working with the display and doing things that require display refresh, such as cursor, for example, moving around, or a blinking cursor or things like that. All of those things were present on Mira as a problem, not so on Tab Ultra. So altogether, not sure about the speed, but overall clarity, performance, and stability of the image far, far more usable on the Tab Ultra. This is the question in regards to the Leaf 2, Book's Leaf 2. Do the page turning buttons also work in Google Play apps like the Kobo, and I assume like the Kindle? As with my other books with the cover that has the page turning buttons, it doesn't work. And unfortunately, that is still present on the Leaf 2 as well. Weirdly, the page turning buttons, which is supposed to be the whole point of the device, they don't work in third-party apps, any of them, just in the native apps, and that's pretty much it, which is extremely weird. Maybe the reason could be that the apps themselves don't support input, but I honestly don't know if that's the case, that the Android versions of the apps, equivalents of Kobo Reader or the Kindle, maybe that's one of the things that the companies did so that they can protect themselves and make an incentive for people to actually say, hey, it's better to buy the dedicated device because your buttons will work and other things as well. But no, Leaf 2, the buttons do not work as page turn on any of the third-party apps that I have tried. Great video as all of yours. Thank you very much. A lot of interesting and valuable information. Just one question. After 1 year, I cannot buy any of the nibs that you recommend. Most of them are out of stock, or the supplier does not sell them anymore. Nowadays, which nib will be the best for the Lamy All-Star Black EMR? Thanks a lot in advance. Your videos are all worth to see, and that's really an outstanding job. Thank you so much for the kindness and for watching. As for the nibs, yes, indeed, my favorite nibs have been sold out for a very long time. The HP gray nibs, they're kind of totally gone. They're out of production. There's no way to, well, it's really like unobtainium kind of thing. So what are the second best ones? Well, basically you can see the ones that were second best, the runner-ups in that review video where I did a comparison of pens and nibs. I would add just one more, which is the Wacom felt tip nibs, or sorry, Wacom felt nibs for pens or something like that. But just type in Wacom felt nib and you will find them. They are kind of grayish looking, and they are very comfortable and very nice to use, and very similar to the HP ones. Not exactly the same, but quite there. The only thing with them is that they work on some of the standard pens and not on all of them. I haven't tried them on an Lamy All-Star, so I don't know 100%. I'm not 100% sure that they will work on a Lamy All-Star, but those worked on my Samsung pen, and they worked on the Books Standard pen, and they worked on the Remarkable Basic marker pen. So chances are that they should work on, or that they might work on the Lamy as well. But as I said, I haven't had the opportunity to try them, so I don't know for sure. Thanks, Voya, for your great tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. In that tutorial, you're talking about special tutorial about the note-taking app that is really a big highlight of all Books devices. Unfortunately, I could not find a video that includes this note-taking app tutorial. Where can I find that tutorial? Well, at this point, I think it's one of the earlier reviews, such as maybe Nova 2 or something like that, or maybe even Max Lumi 1. But I'm pretty sure it was actually Max Lumi 1. But the fact is that things have changed, and the problem is that things change dramatically every couple of months with Books software, and to create a tutorial video like that would require quite a bit of time. So by the time that I've prepared something, Books would roll out another update that changes everything, and then I have to scrap it and kind of do it again. And after a while, I kind of just said like, okay, I'm gonna wait until they have a stable kind of UI release between two versions at least, so that I can focus on these things. But that is something that I'm planning to do, and hopefully now with the 3.3.1, which seems to be a bit more kind of like set in stone, I think that now is a good time to actually revisit this and create an updated version of tutorials. So that's something that will come, well, I don't know exactly when, but I'll try to make it soon. Question regarding the MobiScribe Origin. Does this, meaning MobiScribe Origin, have Bluetooth? No, it actually doesn't. Alright, that's it for this edition of questions and answers. Please shoot down the questions down below, and I'll collect them up for the next editions of Q&A, and then we can address them and, you know, visit things that you might be interested in. So yeah, thank you so much for participating. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe and ding the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out on my deep guide. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye.